Welcome back. I'm Alexi, and I am again playing Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. So we are back here with Staleworn, gonna continue our quests. See what he's got to say. Staleworn is up in arms, as his hired hands are nowhere to be found. That sea sloth Sevrin and his lot, never around when there's work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Staleworn would like a word, and don't take no for an answer. Let's see. Got one guy over here, it looks like. Work? Ha! Can't work with me hands full lifting this mug. You know I'd wager me last gill you'd never guess what I'm drinking. Let's see. What do we think's in his water, or in his mug? Swill water or swill wine? Probably water. Well, you're right about the swill part. I reckon it might be worth a day of doing Staleworn's chores if it'll afford me a taste of proper grog. Alright, we got 1 out of 5. Let's see where the rest of these guys are. There we go. How am I supposed to work on an empty stomach? Go on, have a guess at what I had for breakfast. Breaded sticks? What? Gods, how'd you know? It's my breath, ain't it? Probably smells as wooden as the food tasted. But I know why you're here. I'd just as soon get some real food in me, but I ain't one to reject a summons from the captain. Let's see. Got a guy over here. There he is. Axes were made for splitting skulls, not stumps. You know what I did in my sailing days? Skirmishing? You bet your bosom I did, lass. Aye, those were the days. I reckon now I'll have to be satisfied taking my axe to the trees. Let's see. I don't remember what side this guy's on. I think he's on this side. We'll see if I can even get up there. Oh, here we go. So, Staleworn sent you. What do you reckon I say to that? Work is for the weak and witless. Damn right, didn't get where I am by taking guff from any glorified gardeners, but I suppose I could see what he wants to get him off my back. Alright, we got one more. Let's head back across here. Old Sevrin himself. I am Sevrin. You the old man's errand girl now? Tell my dear old captain not to wet his britches. I'll be along. Oh, and just so we're clear, I don't care for landlubbers. Go find the chocobo you rode in on and ride on out. Fortunately, I don't have a chocobo yet. And I just tried to mount it. That didn't work. See what Staleworn's got to say about them. You continue to impress, lass. All but Sevrin are accounted for. It's no fault of yours, he squirmed out. I've let that worm wriggle through my fingers more times than I can count. But rest assured, the next time I see him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt, where all such worms belong. Well, that sounds like a threat. Staleworn worries his sack of oranges will not reach the Lithagran checkpoint as planned. Pains me to say, but all the guild in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some like you who can be trusted, but then there are others. Until now, I've had no choice but to rely on that charlatan Sevrin, even though I'm full aware he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once, I've heard tell of improper trading with goblins. Wouldn't be the least surprised if that were happening right now. Not a bell ago, a sack of oranges vanished, as did Sevrin. I want you to find and confront the bastard for me, Gelato. I'm sure there's wrongdoing afoot, so be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth. So we see this in orange. That means we get to do an emote. Usually when they have these in quests where they want you to do an emote at someone, whatever was in orange, yeah, here, it'll show you what you need to type. Just /doubt. Here's Sevrin. Let's see what he's got to say. Bloody hells, I'm up the strait without a paddle. Are ya? What's this now? Staleworn sent you for the oranges? Huh. So the old bugger had known all this time? Or what does it matter anyway? Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventurer types, right? Go rescue me mates from those double-dealing goblins. They're just over yonder by the bonfire. Guessing he means that bonfire over here. Maybe? Oh. If I had followed the quest marker, I would have gotten there quicker. Up here you can see the orange quest marker. Makes it easier. Providing you look at it. Oh. We got goblins. Sevrin sent you. Ha! The way he flew out of here, I was sure he'd sold us down the river. If you hadn't come, my dodo would have been cooked. Cooked dodo. I owe you one. Would have gotten away myself if not for Sevrin shoving me aside. Well, we saved everybody. You saved me, mates, and for that I owe you. Suppose I should be ashamed I couldn't clean up my own mess. But a pirate knows no shame. I've no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only giving you this sack 'cause I like the cut of your jib. Take it to Osine and send him my regards. Okay. Get over here. There's Osine. What do we have here? A delivery from Summerford Farms as scheduled? Ha! There's a first time for everything. Well, look at that. Not a single one missing either. About the only things not here are those bagmen, and I don't miss them one bit. Here's Stalewern's payment in full. With you, I can trust it'll reach him. Alright, let's go ahead. Teleport over there. Back in one piece. That's a relief. How'd you fare, Gelato? Oh, got some money for you. Ah, this is what I was aiming for. Looks to be all I was owed, all right. Though I'd be telling you false if I claimed I had not held out more hope for Sevrin. I was even willing to overlook the skimming off the top, but to sell us all short in favor of those godforsaken goblins. You'd do well to mind yourself around that two-gill cheat. If he'd leave his own mates for dead, there's no telling what he'd do to you. Is this any better? Apparently it is. Go ahead and get on some better gear. Well, now I guess we gotta go talk to this guy. Gurkant sinks fertile soil to improve the yields of his newly plowed fields. Blast! At this rate, the crops will never be ready for harvest. If only we had some black loam. Just a bit could send our stalks soaring. I bet Rotwida knows where you might find some. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchard? So you might have noticed, at this point in the game, we're just doing fetch quests. That's pretty common throughout the story here. That was especially common in ARR. They actually went back and removed quite a few of the fetch quests a while ago, but we still have to keep some for flavor. That Gurkant's got a head of cabbage if he thinks I'm fetching him any black loam. But if you dare to pinch some from the cookpot, then be my guest. Just mind you don't get trampled upon by the aurochs that dwell there. Once you've 3 bushels worth, take the black loam to Frewall, I guess, at Tiller's Rest. He'll know what to do. Alright. Go see if we can find this cook pot. Oh, something loud. See what's on the other side of this wall. Yep, aurochs. these guys, you might notice, have a little red and yellow symbol here next to their names. That means they'll attack you on sight. Most of the enemies we've encountered so far have this little blue symbol. But these Aurochs will attack you as soon as they see you. Honestly, that's most of the monsters in this game will do that. But killing them will make this black loam easier to obtain, so... Somehow they don't seem quite so big when I'm playing on Raspberry. Anyway, if you haven't already guessed by context clues, black loam is manure that we're getting from these wild Aurochs. So the names of some monsters actually have basis in real-world animals. If you've never heard of an Aurochs, Aurochs is the species that humans cultivated that became cows. They are extinct. They no longer exist in the wild. But, a little bit of trivia. Even the weeds wither and die in this desolate dirt. But a bit of this black loam ought to change all that. I haven't seen any in ages. Gathering black loam's not for the weak of will, nor the weak of stomach, eh? Haha. Oh, don't tell me Gurkent and Rotwood neglected to mention where black loam comes from. Well, surely you figured it out on your own from the cloying stench. It comes from the Auroch's lair of all places. Ah, well, why dwell on who misled whom about what? What matters is that your efforts have brought us the black loam, and we can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, is that not any better than what I already had? Whatever. Okay. Marauder Beast Gauge unlocked. Oh, that's just... okay. So, tanks have something called Tank Stance. And basically what that does is if you activate it, that means you will accrue enmity from enemies more quickly. Which basically just means they'll pay attention to you instead of paying attention to the healer or the DPS. That is the main point of the tank, is to get the enmity from the enemies so that they attack you, because you have higher defense than anyone else, and then the healer will heal you. And so, here we have this little thingamy over here. Hit Defiance, turns red, that shows that I have Tank Stance on. And I can turn it back off, because I don't need it right now. Get in here and HUD and adjust that real quick. Alright, let's continue on. Frowall needs stolen farm tools recovered. Another fetch quest. Confounded pirates, they know nothing of tillin', only killin'. Stealing our shovels to melt and forge into axes of all things. They're biting the hand that feeds them, the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson in obedience myself, if I hadn't sworn to Staleworn that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring back our farm tools, and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown. looks like the pirates are over here. Yeah, so we just need to kill a couple, it looks like. If you're playing DPS, especially if you're here on Arcanist, I would say be careful and attack from afar at this point. These guys can pretty easily overwhelm you. But I'm probably good. There we go. Wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. Ah, good to see the tools back and in serviceable condition. Which will be more than we can say of Sevrin when we get our hands on him. The wretch likely had a role in the theft. Spied him meeting the pirates in secret, I did. I couldn't care less if the wastrel won't work, but when he consorts with cut purses that takes our tools away, he's crossed the line. Staleware ought to know what kind of scalawag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you? Alright, let's see. How far away is that? If you've seen any memes lately. Here's grapes. Sure look high definition. Yes, I wasted the rest of my sprint for that. Pirates making off with our tools? Freywald did well not to take matters into his own hands. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. But I'll be damned if Sevrin thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished. Well, getting a better axe. Wonder why. Oh. Strength +1, dexterity +1. Oh, this is useless even though it's higher item level. I've come to expect a great deal from you, lass, and you've never once let me down. Yet what I'd ask of you now goes beyond aught I've asked before. Would you hear my plea all the same? Staleware has good reason to believe that Sevrin is up to no good. Something must be done. It eases my mind to have your ear. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Sevrin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came for him, he's been skulking about in that manner he does when he's up to no good. A letter? You know, I wonder if that was something cut and they didn't edit it. Because I don't know what letter they're talking about. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off, with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damning, but when last I had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. Can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Suffice it to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I'd try asking Grinwita at the Etherite. She was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he was headed. Oh. I don't know if you heard her meow, but my kitty just came up. Hi, are you gonna make noise? She hasn't decided yet. Nope, she's just gonna lay down. Okay. Back over here we go to Grinwita? I don't know. Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble set out for Woad Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sods said I should join them. Told them I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was that had pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure to give him a cuff round the ear from me, will you? Alright. Looks like we're going over here. Get a good sprint going. Getting well into the introductory story here. Actually, what level quest are we on? 9? Not too bad. Introductory story will go up to level 15, I think. And around then is when it'll go back to... Well, not go back. It'll start up the story that is... From there on will be the same no matter where you started. But this is unique to people who started in Limsa. There we go. Nope. Of all the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds that slippery bastard's done. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink, only to lead us straight to a bloody trap. It don't get no lower than that. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Sevrin, so I was ready, but the others weren't so lucky. You've got to help 'em. Okay. Let's see. Actually, I think... Come on, let me jump. Damn. Okay. Won't let me jump over the edge. I don't want to run. Here we go. There we go. My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better, or the sorry bastards in there are done for. Oh, we got another duty coming. Sevrin might have got us into this mess, but I ain't about to Him give his life for us, I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be in that conniving bastard's debt. To arms! A true knave. You betray even yourself, Sevrin. Ugh. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the serpent reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Blue tattoos. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Guess we'll fight this guy instead. Defeat the clay golem. That guy in the robes looks kind of familiar. Am I strong enough to withstand this? I mean, I can get out of the AoE. Impossible. Never has the golem been so sorely tested. Gotta say, my dude, golem was not hard to beat. But the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. Oh hey, it's Y'shtola. The snake slithered away. I am only glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. Uh-oh. Now what's going on? Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Lumensin factions. Whom then do they serve? The beast tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahagin and Kobold activity. Something is afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 help us if it should prove so. Lemsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone two. But all is yet speculation. I accidentally clicked. The seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louisoix foretold. coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlian ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see ether. Yet now that I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlian seem commonplace. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today the Maelstrom officially makes that great hole in the sea its training ground. Join in the celebrations. Wait, a disturbance in the etheric flow, but whence does it emanate? Sea Song Grotto, perhaps? Could this take place right before our meeting in Sea Song Grotto? What have we here? Can you walk? 'Tis I. Regrettably, no, he eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Sevrin here has apprised me of all that transpired. His accounts shed some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. A golem is a mindless automaton, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. But then these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahagan. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first, I must escort Sevrin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stilwern will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray pay the man a visit. Ah, he told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Y'shtola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the ether in the hope that it might offer up some clue as to our predicament. I'd say I owed you my life, but that won't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms and I'll face the consequences. For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem... Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshaled my thoughts. Until our paths next cross, farewell.